Hiya, good morning, and how is everybody this fine morning? We're in Salisbury today, which is why Blue is playing in the background, because Duncan from Blue is Duncan from Salisbury. So we're in Salisbury. I love Salisbury, such a beautiful place, but I really like the cathedral. I really like cathedrals, and there's a lot of reasons to like Salisbury Cathedral. Of course, it's where one of the four surviving copies of the Magna Carta is kept. Very important document that has a lot to do why we still have a monarchy. But the reason why I really like Salisbury Cathedral is because of its stained glass windows. I am a sucker for a stained glass window. This is one of my favorites. It's from an abbey in Devon called Buckfast Abbey. But in Salisbury Cathedral, you can see the whole range, which is really beautiful. So, you know, like every art form, it has developed, and you can see the whole lot in Salisbury. So you see the really old ones, which were very descriptive, because, of course, it was like a comic book for the illiterate and the poor. So, you know, people who couldn't either read or write, and that wasn't just the poor, to be fair, but, you know, also couldn't afford any books. They could see the stories being, like, you know, played out, like the stories of royals and saints and Jesus, etc. Of course, in the olden days, and this is very beautiful, every little piece of glass had to be blown individual, so it was very uneven and very thick, so it didn't just let in beautiful colored light. It was like a kaleidoscope. It was like, you know, a beautiful play of light. So imagine yourself, Salisbury Cathedral was built between 1220 and 1258. So imagine yourself in the early 13th century. You're living in a hut with low ceilings, you know, not much ventilation, not real windows, just slits, definitely not glass. You know, you were living there with your whole family, the, you know, the farmhands, the servants, the animals all living there. The only source of light was a fire in the middle. It was smoky, it was smelly, it was cramped, it was horrible. The cow was farting, the granddad was farting. And then you walk into a cathedral. You have ceilings there that are so high you can't even imagine how they stay up. You have that beautiful light flooding the space. You have incense burning. You may even have music. It was an attack on the senses. It was beautiful. It was heaven on earth, which is of course exactly the effect it was meant to achieve. Absolutely beautiful. Now, throughout the centuries, you know, new techniques were developed and the art changed, especially as the population became more literate. It was not really necessary to have a comic book, and it became more decorative. And in Salisbury Cathedral, it comes full circle. At the very back of the cathedral is a window by a guy called Gabriel Loire, which was installed in 1980. I call it the blue window at the back of Salisbury Cathedral, but it does have a real name, and this is called the Prisoners of Conscience. This is the window, and it is absolutely gorgeous, and he combines descriptive and abstract, so it's come full all the way around again. And you know, when you first see it, you go like, okay, Maria, it's a blue window, what's the big deal? But the longer you look at it, the more descriptive it becomes, and the lighter it becomes, and then you can see you know, scenes and figurines. And finally, we can work out which of the guys is actually Duncan from Blue. So glass windows are beautiful. They're meant to celebrate the joy and the glory of God, or just the sunshine. If you don't believe, you can of course cheat and get yourself one of those, which you then just peel off and put off your car window. Or you can make one with your children with, you know, like tissue paper. But, you know, I have made one earlier, of course, not very good, but very tasty, because I made one of Haribo. Look how beautiful that is. tasty, tasty art indeed. So I hope you like Salisbury. Love you lots. See you tomorrow in Plymouth. Bye.